Hello and welcome to another LEGO review. This is LEGO set from Star Wars 75173, Luke's Landspeeder. This is one of the sets that has been reinvented, redone quite a few times. Just like last year I filmed the Droid Escape Pod, also based on A New Hope, and roughly just a few scenes before this, and that was also a set that's been continuously revamped, much like an X-Wing or TIE Fighter, etc. And much like the Droid Escape one, this is one of those sets that I've always wanted, but I just never came around to getting it until I saw this version. I thought, this is a pretty good version, and I'm definitely quite pleased with it. So I decided to pick it up, plus it was 200 Hong Kong dollars. I didn't get it when it was released. It's been months, so the price has gone down just a little bit. So I thought it was a good time to pick it up. Pretty decent size box, not too big, not too small, and a pretty decent size amount of stuff inside it. You also, of course, have the instruction booklet right here. Instructions were very easy to follow. This is a very simple set, very easy set to build. Not because it's small, but just because the way it's been designed, it's very easy to put together. Very pleasant build experience, and done very quickly. I was also considering picking up the one with Qui-Gon and Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and the final duel thing, but I was like, the price is a little bit too much. And I really want the Grand Admiral Thrawn figure, but again, that set is really expensive, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit and hopefully it'll go down just a tad bit. As for Yoda, Starfighter, meh. This Yoda doesn't look as good as the older ones, cartoon version or regular movie versions. And here's got a picture at the end of the book. Of course, there's a regular usual parts guide at the end of the booklet, as well as a instruction sticker sheet on the back. Inside. So here's the main build, the only build from the set, the Luke's Landspeeder. Technically Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's speeder, but they're dead, so I guess Luke inherits it. You got some transparent little discs at the bottom to make it look like it's hovering, but they're not hovering that far up. I recommend adding like one extra plate on these to make it hover just a little bit higher. That would make more sense for me personally. And the craft itself looks pretty good. After all the different versions that have come before it, I think this is a pretty good. I didn't use too many odd parts. Like, it still has the LEGO charm of using LEGO bits. There was a time when LEGO made far too many newer parts and made the builds look more unique, but also means that pieces weren't as useful for other sets, whereas these days LEGO has gone back into the middle where they will make new parts as necessary, but they still tend to try to use more universal parts to keep the charm of LEGO intact. So I think they've done a pretty good job here keeping the balance. There are some newer pieces like these round pieces you can see in Minecraft sets now with the track system, the newer Minecraft cart sets. So you can something like those for the tracks they built. And there's actually got a two-seater, which is pretty cool. Just like in the film, this is an actual two-seater, so that's great. Got one side with a steering wheel. You could take the steering wheel out, and you're like, oh, but this is the American side, so let's drive on this side. So you could do that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep on the British side, so screw you. And yeah. The overall build looks pretty good, even without any of the stickers, the details. This still definitely looks like Luke's Landspeeder. You can open this up, there's a little bit of compartment inside, and here, let's see, you should be able to flip this back a little bit, like it's some sort of cannon or something. So there's not actually any shooting or toy gimmicks with this, which is good. They didn't compromise the build or the shape of this, just to add some playability for kids. They probably think this is good enough. The glass is pretty nice around on the front here, and I guess really my only complaint is that it does feel a little bit too flat. I want it to be just a tad bit thicker, and that probably would help with the extra transparent plates that you can add underneath it. That would be better. So we have 4 figures in this set, which is really decent for such a low price and such a tiny set. It's great. I'm actually going to be filming a few more sets, small sets, that also have a good significant amount of minifigures inside, because for the most part that's what a lot of us want. Including the last set that I reviewed that had a lot of figures was, of course, the Riddler's car from the Lego Batman movie set, and you know, there was like one last year with the double-decker couch from the Lego movie, which had a ton of figures. That was an amazing box. So this one's pretty cool as well, having 4 figures in here. Although I would prefer not having C-3PO and perhaps having another Tusken Raider. That would be much better in my opinion. So of course these are all based on the newer versions of the minifigures you would get from the Death Star, you know, minus the Tusken Raider. We have C-3PO again, which of course has the printed legs and stuff, and I have seen pictures online of people's C-3PO where the yellow dots on the eyes are printed off center, giving C-3PO a slightly goofy look, or under certain angles makes it look like C-3PO is looking to this corner or the side, like, oh no, someone's gonna go and attack me, what's over there? So yeah, that happens. And the print on my C-3PO, on this C-3PO is pretty good. It's the same one you would get in the new the newest currently Droid Escape, as well as the Death Star and many other sets. So if you don't have C-3PO yet, here's another one. I guess in a way you can't have too many C-3POs. You can just say, oh, it's other protocol droids and whatnot. And let's get a quick look at his back. So nothing too special here. Luke Skywalker, of course, has the new hairstyle, as well as a I think the face is still similar to the original Luke Skywalker, but perhaps it's a little bit updated. New look of Luke here is pretty good. Yep, same one as the new version 2.0 of the Death Star Playhouse set, pretty much. It's a dollhouse, just in the Death Star form. And here's Luke Skywalker being slightly happier with his smiley face. And yeah, that's the back of his hair. Obi-Wan Old Ben Kenobi. This figure could have really used a double colored leg, using like sort of tan, creamish tan color at the bottom and then sort of dark brown on top. But then I think that would have been much better. But here we have Obi-Wan's robes that don't really go anywhere on the side. It just looks awkward on the side and looks kind of bad on the back. I recommend getting some paint yourself. Ben Kenobi does not have a secondary face, even though his hair is more than enough to cover a second face. Maybe they could have given him an O mouth, like when he's calling the dragon call, but no, he's only got one face. Okay, the Tusken Raider has the I forgot the name of the Tusken staffs, but something sticks. I can't remember. Gaffy sticks. Is it gaffy sticks? If I got that right, I'm really nerdy. So basically, it's like a Lego stick with a gray ice cream cone and one of those T-junction shape lightsaber hilt thingies with a cone on the end, and of course here's a Tusken Raider. Now the body and legs are pretty cool, but I'm not a fan of these 3D printed heads. I kind of have but feel like they're cheating. If you want to get the original Tusken Raiders, you can get that from the episode 2 set years ago, from 2002 I believe. When episode 2 came out, they released some sets when Star Wars when licensed Lego characters were still the yellow skin, including Star Wars and Harry Potter, the earliest ones. They had Tusken Raiders in that set, and of course it had the regular minifigure head. Now the body and legs are way more detailed on this one, and I actually like the body on these a lot. There's just so much more detail that you can't compare that to the original. The original was just loose. And here's a good look at the back. Again, the back printing is pretty good, so it's much better than the original Tusken Raider minifigure. And actually you can see a review of that because I have filmed it on this YouTube channel. The detail and paint job on the head is nice, but for such a bulky head, it's not even a helmet, it's just a single piece. If we just remove that from the figure, you can see it's just a single piece. It's actually dual colored molded one, so the little silver bits that pop out on those little horn things, though those are actual plastic color, they're not painted on, I think. But yeah, the painted Lego minifigure head is much nicer to me in my opinion. So if you do have a few of those lying around, just get the old heads and plug them on this, and take these ugly heads and plug them on the older bodies, and you will have a really good Tusken Raider and a really crappy one. In comparison. for me, this is a really decent set for a Star Wars fan. If you don't already have Luke's Landspeeder, definitely consider getting this set. It's cheap, it's small, it's easy to place anywhere in your house, and it has many figures. I'm also very glad that even for people who don't want to get the new version of the Death Star, we're slowly but surely getting all the different figures that were released in that big set. We're not getting all of them, but you know, slowly but surely we are getting them. You know, we already have a newer version of Han Solo from the freezing chamber, I think. Freezing chamber, yes. We have Obi-Wan and Luke here. There were a few figures, including the silver protocol droid, as well as the Return of the Jedi Luke from last year's Christmas Advent calendar. And you can get Grand Moff Tarkin's at least hair and head from one of the Rebels set. I mean, you don't have the torso yet because he's wearing like a sort of not as superior uniform, but I guess you can swap that around the old Death Star set. And sorry, not the carbon freezing chamber, but the desert skiff from Return of the Jedi. If I'm saying that right? Yeah, there's a new version of Han Solo there. So yeah, that's pretty good. So eventually I'm going to be like putting more of these figures from here into my, you know, version 1 of my Death Star, and I think that'll be pretty good. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon, and may the Force be with you.